Welcome to the Nagual zone. My name is Anaam. I want to tell you about something really interesting that happened just a couple of hours ago. You see, I was in the shower and I finished, I toweled off, and suddenly my body just literally burst out of the bathroom area into the kitchen. And in the kitchen were the two women that I live with. And I burst out into the kitchen and declared loudly and eloquently to these two women, I love you both so very much. I love you very much. I really respect what you do. I love living with you. And I started declaring all these things. My partner, we've been together for 13 years, and she's a little bit familiar with my sort of weird ways. I was completely naked, just burst out and started eloquently just, you know, telling them all this. And both of them are very used to my animalistic ways. They know to expect anything from me. So it was not a surprise. Both were listening. My partner immediately looked up and started absorbing that energy into her body. The other girl, very, very dear friend, was on the phone and she kind of gave half a ear to what was being said and just carried on her phone. I paused a moment and I renewed again with more vigor all the good things I appreciated about them. And my partner was just absorbing it, loving what was the energy that was coming to her. But this other dear friend of mine, she just chose to be busy with her phone. This is why I'm making this video and telling you about this. And it struck me as how we make ourselves, how we choose to make ourselves available to power. So you see, what happened was that the universe or existence or the ego, whatever you want to call it, wanted to bestow a gift of energy or a gift of power to these two women. One of them was alert enough, had enough self-worth to be able to immediately look up and start absorbing. Both of them were busy doing things, but one of them stopped and dropped anything and everything that they were doing and immediately gave themselves to the power that was coming at them, the gift of power. The other one did not choose to make herself available to that gift of power and therefore missed out. You see, life gives us a cubic centimeter of chance. It is up to us to be alert enough, not distracted by ridiculous things many times. Sometimes they're valid. And to drop everything there and then, because who are we to refuse to listen to the beckoning of power? It is an act of the ultimate self-importance to think that I can afford to ignore the beckoning of power, the call of power. Now, this was a very basic beckoning of power. Power sometimes beckons very, very significantly. People still miss out because they're busy with their phones. What an irony. What a tragedy. Power is beckoning to you right now. Power is constantly beckoning to everyone. The warrior knows the ways of power, and so the warrior learns to be alert to its call and its beckon. That is why the warrior himself or herself is so powerful, because we are constantly making ourselves available to power. In this case, this was high quality energy, genuine. I was not just saying things and making it up to make them feel good. It was a burst of energy. You could call it a burst of solar energy from my body into the environment for whoever takes it, specifically for those two women. Isn't it significant? One of them availed of it, and her whole body lit up. She She smiled widely, right? And engaged in that transaction. The other one, due to low self-esteem and self-worth, was not able to make herself available to that power. So my question to you is, are you available to the power in your life that is beckoning to you constantly? Or is your impression of your life one of being ignored, not being heard? You know why? Because you don't hear. You ignore. You ignore. I get so much high quality energy coming at me constantly. Why? Because I'm open and available to it. I drop everything and anything. If someone is gifting me with high quality energy, I don't go, yeah, and busy on my email or Facebook or whatever. That's not how a warrior navigates the flow of power. I want you to be very aware from now on. How is power beckoning to you? And if you cannot be available to such little parceling, little portions of power coming at you, right? How will you be available to the power bestowed by highly advanced beings or highly very powerful beings, especially in the inorganic realms? How are you going to do that? Everyone fancies themselves a big shot, and we're all big warriors, especially behind the keyboard, right? But such a simple tragedy. Now, in the warrior's world, this is tantamount to catastrophic. Catastrophic. The warrior's world is completely right side up. What is just he's just, saying something nice about us, and let's carry on with our social media or whatever else that we are doing. That's the average man's way. What to the average man is just a little something is catastrophic and a tragedy of tragedies for the warrior. Because this was not even a cubic centimeter of chance. This was slapping you in the face with high quality energy and still not awake, still asleep. The same thing if that had been a warrior and they had been distracted, they would have felt that as, oh my God, what a catastrophic mistake I made. What truly is my standard here? How can I afford to think of myself as a warrior? I want to reorient you to prioritize the call, the beckoning of power. What does that mean to you? Does it mean some kind of egoic power? Opportunities to be successful, earn lots of money? That's all amazing. And I'm the first person to preach the benefits of those things. But that's not the power I'm talking about. I'm talking about the power that when it comes to you, every cell in your body lights up. Every cell. You can't help but have a grin on your face as if you just won the lottery. These are the reorientations of the warrior's priorities. The average man's priorities are pitiful. The average man's concerns are pitiful compared to the concerns and priorities of the warrior. And I would like you to reorient your standards, reorient your perspective, and don't let such catastrophic tragedies happen to you. Don't allow it. It's your choice. It's you who chooses to be available to power and wait patiently. If you wait and are available, power will start magnetizing to you. Power will start sniffing around you. Power will start leaving little footprints. Power will start making its presence known to you. Stay available. Stay available. Stay very patient. For beginners, this is a game of patience. It's a game of patience. Stay available, stay patient, and you will see power will start coming closer. It will be skittish because it doesn't trust you yet. You have taken far too many things for granted and you are too easy to hunt. And then power will gain a bit more confidence. This can take years in some of you really stubborn fools. It can take years. So don't be that person. Be available, be open, be fluid, don't be so set. Don't be such a set, cemented being. Open yourself. Open yourself. Be loose, relax, and then wait patiently. And you will see, I guarantee you, you will see slowly, and eventually power will come and sit beside you. And it will be your choice to then walk with power or to walk away. But at least give yourself that choice. Now, I realize that a lot of this is, not like, that is why I wanted to give a really practical example, a real life example from my own life right now, recently, 2 hours ago, so that you can understand a very metaphorical concept, a very nebulous idea that our soul recognizes as true. But our mind has a hard time understanding because it is the machine mind, and it abhors that the being that it is occupying, it abhors that being should move towards true power. It will distract you and give you promises of false power that will inflate you and make you think like you are some kind of big shot, whereas you are nothing. The average man's world, you gotta start coming out of that world. That world's got nothing for you. Nothing for you. Nothing. You've got to start coming out of that world into the magic, the miracle, the magic, the indescribable world, dimension that exists beyond our inventory of words. Those words distract us from being available to power. I hope this hasn't been too nebulous or poetic or metaphorical for you, and I hope you really are able to translate what I'm trying to put across in terms of your practical, real life, actual life, not just a nice thing that Anaam said and we remember and we get great insights which are really worthless if they're not translated into actual living. So I hope that happens for you. I hope this has been clearly conveyed somehow. What is so clear to me and how I live is somehow conveyed. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on power, on this topic? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Walk in freedom. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.